Introduction to Atomic Habits: The Power of Tiny Changes. James Clear begins with a powerful insight: tiny changes lead to remarkable results. Clear's central argument is that improving by just 1% every day compounds over time into substantial growth. If you improve 1% daily, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. This compounding effect of habits is often underestimated because individual improvements seem insignificant. However, over weeks, months, and years, these small actions become the building blocks of significant achievements. For example, the British cycling team. Before 2003, British cycling was unsuccessful. But by implementing 1% improvements in every area, such as seat position, aerodynamics, and even the athlete's sleep environment, the team achieved unprecedented success, winning the Tour de France 5 times in 6 years. Chapter 1. Why Tiny Habits Matter? Clear emphasizes that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just like money grows through compounding, habits form a powerful foundation for skill development and personal growth. However, the reverse is also true. Small negative habits, like procrastination or overindulgence, can lead to compounding negative outcomes. For example, if you form a habit of reading for 10 minutes daily, you'll eventually finish multiple books a year, gaining knowledge you never anticipated. Personal finance parallel. Regularly saving small amounts, say $5 daily, seems trivial. But with compounding interest, it can grow into significant wealth over time. Habits work similarly, Clear suggests, as they build momentum and lead to powerful results. Chapter 2. Focus on identity, not outcomes. Clear argues that most people start by setting goals, like lose 20 pounds or write a novel, and then work toward them. He believes this is backwards. Instead, the focus should be on becoming the kind of person who achieves those goals. For example, rather than aiming to run a marathon, focus on becoming a runner. Identify yourself with that role. The actions that align with that identity will naturally follow, making habits easier to sustain. The 3 layers of behavior change. Layer 1. Outcomes. The goals or results you want. Layer 2. Processes. The habits or systems that help you achieve those goals. Layer 3. Identity. The core of who you believe you are. Clear suggests shifting focus from goals to identity. For lasting change, ask, what kind of person would I like to become? Then align your habits with that identity. For example, if you're trying to quit smoking, it's more effective to say, I'm not a smoker, than to say, I'm trying to quit. By claiming an identity as a non-smoker, you internalize that role, making it easier to resist cigarettes. Chapter 3. The 4 Laws of Behavior Change. The Habit Loop. Clear outlines 4 principles of behavior change. These principles are based on the habit loop, which consists of cue, craving, response, and reward. This loop explains how habits are formed and can be used to modify behaviors. The 4 Laws of Behavior Change. 1. Make it obvious. Increase the visibility of cues for good habits and reduce exposure to cues for bad ones. 2. Make it attractive. Pair habits with things you enjoy or find ways to create a sense of anticipation around them. 3. Make it easy. Reduce friction to make actions simple to start. 4. Make it satisfying. Reinforce actions by creating immediate rewards. Clear provides inversions of these laws to break bad habits. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Chapter 4. The first law, make it obvious. Key concept. Cues are triggers that initiate a habit. Identifying and intentionally setting up cues helps us automate positive habits. Implementation strategy. Habit stacking. Stack a new habit onto an existing one to create a seamless trigger. For example, after I brew my morning coffee, I'll meditate for 1 minute. Here, coffee brewing, an existing habit, becomes the cue for meditation. Environmental design. Clear emphasizes that environment shapes behavior. If you want to drink more water, Place water bottles around your home and workplace so that you're constantly reminded to hydrate. For example, placing a guitar in your living room can encourage you to practice daily. Similarly, putting healthy snacks on the counter instead of chips makes you more likely to choose the healthier option. Chapter 5. The second law, make it attractive. Key concept. Habits are more appealing when associated with a positive feeling. Clear recommends temptation bundling, a technique to combine an action you need to do with an activity you enjoy. For example, if you want to work out regularly but find it hard to get started, consider only watching your favorite show while you're at the gym or listening to a beloved podcast during your run. Clear also notes the power of social motivation. We are more likely to adopt habits that are common within our social circles or that we admire in others. For example, people who spend time with friends who exercise frequently are more likely to become active themselves. Chapter 6. The third law, make it easy. Clear emphasizes reducing friction by simplifying actions, so they are effortless to start. When a habit requires little effort, it's more likely to become consistent. The 2-minute rule. Any habit can be distilled into a 2-minute version. Start by doing the smallest version possible of your habit. Instead of aiming to read 30 minutes every day, begin with read 1 page. The goal is to build consistency over intensity. Prime your environment. Prepare your space for success. If you want to start journaling, place your journal and pen on your bedside table, ready to go. For example, a man who wanted to floss his teeth used the 2-minute rule by committing to flossing just 1 tooth. The action felt easy, and soon he developed a full flossing routine without thinking twice. Chapter 7. The fourth law, make it satisfying. Key concept. Immediate rewards reinforce habits better than long-term rewards. Clear advocates habit tracking, a method to measure progress and provide a sense of accomplishment. The act of visually marking off a habit on a tracker can serve as a reward, motivating you to continue. For example, Jerry Seinfeld's "Don't Break the Chain" method involved marking a calendar for every day he wrote jokes. The unbroken chain of days created a powerful visual motivator to maintain consistency. Clear also stresses the importance of celebrating small wins. If you reward yourself after sticking to a habit, you're more likely to associate it with a positive feeling and repeat the behavior. Chapter 8. Advanced Tactics for Habit Optimization. Clear explores advanced strategies for refining habits over time. He suggests setting up feedback loops to review and adjust habits, making them adaptable as goals evolve. Key techniques include reflection and review. Take time periodically to assess your habits and refine them. Ask yourself, is this habit still aligned with my goals? Accountability partners. Clear emphasizes that involving others in your progress can reinforce habit commitment. Sharing progress or having a partner check-in can add a layer of responsibility. For example, a language learner might join a study group or find a language buddy. Knowing that someone will check their progress each week can drive consistency. Real-life applications of Atomic Habits case study number 1. British cycling's success story. By making dozens of 1% improvements, the British cycling team changed everything from their athlete seats to testing different massage gels. Over time, these incremental improvements led them from mediocrity to world champions. Case study number 2. Clear's personal writing journey. Clear built his writing habit by starting with a commitment to write regularly, regardless of the length or quality. He didn't aim for a specific number of words but to be a person who writes daily. Over time, this habit grew into a successful blog and a best-selling book. Case study number 3. CEO's habit tracking. A CEO who wanted to enhance his productivity used Clear's methods to track his own and his team's habits. He reduced friction by setting small, measurable goals each day. Over months, he noticed improved productivity across his team as they adopted atomic habits of their own. Conclusion. Key takeaways from Atomic Habits. 1. Systems. Goals. Focus on creating consistent systems and habits rather than obsessing over specific goals. 2. Identity-based habits. Shift focus from outcomes to the identity you want to adopt. 3. Apply the 4 laws. Use them to create good habits and invert them to break bad ones. 4. Start small. Begin with manageable actions, like reading 1 page or meditating for 2 minutes. 5. Optimize for satisfaction. Immediate rewards make habits stick, and habit tracking reinforces consistency. Clear's message is simple yet powerful. Transformation doesn't require massive change but rather small, consistent actions over time. By understanding and leveraging the science of habit formation, anyone can create a system that leads to sustained personal growth.